Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Total War, where we are presently at war with the Telvanni down here in the or up here, I guess, in the east. We are House Dagoth. We're pushing on. Dagoth has already taken Firewatch, and Dagoth Muthus' secondary army down here is coming in to reinforce from the south via ship. But it's not quite so simple, because the Telvanni have somehow managed to magic a navy into here and bring one of their armies across. I'm not sure where it came from, but they managed to land a massive army on Sadrith Mora, which we're going to have to send Dagoth down to defend very shortly. And also, simultaneously, the Ashlanders have seemingly decided to stab us in the back while we were least prepared. They've come down from Aldvalothi, and it looks like they're about to strike Nisus, though we can't be 100% sure yet. I don't know what else they could be doing down there. Meanwhile, Dagoth Felmis has almost made it down to West Felmis so that Dagoth Felmis can move from West Felmis to East Felmis. Then we'll have both Felmises... Oh, wait, I'm confused. No, yeah, that's pretty much right. Actually, I'm going to leave this Dagoth Felmis in West Felmis because he's technically the Lord of Suran. And this is technically Suran, or it used to be. I don't like to hear that name mentioned anymore. And Pelagiad is up to 85% cult of Dagoth They've increased their garrison here to try and keep it under control. I wonder how long they can keep that up, though. Yes, if I get it to 100% Cult of Dagoth or something near that, like upward of 90%, it should hopefully start rebelling. If it doesn't at that point, I might send these some of these priests down over to Sedanin to start getting our religion up there as well. Then I think, yeah, they only have one general in this region, so they can't really do too much about it except for just garrison a massive force in there. So, at the very least, it's going to be costing the Imperials a little bit of money to maintain their garrisons and keep their places from rebelling in our territory. Yep, they're going for it. They have now officially laid siege to Nisus, the bastards. We have now entered open warfare with these people. They are now our mortal enemies. Though reconciliation may be possible, conquering them would be far more glorious. Unfortunately, I feel like if I conquer them, they're going to suddenly spawn several full-stack hordes all over my territory. So, I mean, there's no real winning this anymore. Though I did just realize, thinking of how I could deal with these guys, I was thinking about sending priests in and lowering their territories to such a low percentage of their faith that they can't actually train any troops. Unfortunately, I think in this case they would then rebel and they would lose their territories anyways, because they don't have any generals, as far as I'm aware, now. So they might not be able to maintain the territories. But if I did that in the Imperial territories, then they would not have enough faith in order to train any kind of troops in our lands. That might be good. And it looks like the Telvanni have magically spawned yet another fleet in here. I don't know where they're coming from. I have no idea. It must be that they're just coming from out of range up here somewhere. So I need to move my navy up there to scout that out so I can see that coming when it happens. I don't see anyone here yet. That should be pretty good distance unless they hop right into the little blind spot there and then move along. Well, now this navy is gone. This might be the same one that I drove off the first time, and I don't know where they went, but they came back. Well, anyways, now let's move this navy up. Well, no, there's no point. Not yet. I want to move Dagoth down along the coast here while this big army is trapped on Sadrith Mora. I want to move Dagoth down along the coast, fighting all these armies towards Peloris first. And then, once he's down here, then we can kind of move our forces up and wipe out what's left of them on the island. So, I think I'm going to land Dagoth Muthus' army right here. And then he can hopefully get some vision on what's going on around this area as he works his way up towards Peloris as well. Alright, so we've got, this is Dagoth new force. After leaving a couple Dreamers behind, he's going to move on, face these armies in combat. So I was thinking about sending this force to take Aldvalothi while the main army is out. But Aldvalothi is defended by Ashland Cavalry, 77 of them, and Ashland Swordsmen, fortunately only 98 of them, but they're 1319. I'm not even sure that this force can take that. Unfortunately, we got our main army finally reaching Vivek here, or our main Vardenfell army, I suppose I should say. Now I can hopefully retrain some of these guys. Yep. Basically, I think I'm just going to have to hold out against this Ashland attack. Let them take Nisus, basically. I'll send these guys to reinforce, because they're not really doing anything else at the moment. If I can actually click on the territory around there, that'd be nice. So yeah, I'm just going to have to kind of withstand this Ashland attack for a little while on my rear front until I can retrain this army and send them up to counter that force. And I'm pretty sure there was a massive garrison in Pelagiad, well not massive, but like a 5-unit garrison in Pelagiad, not last turn. I don't know where they went. Did they join this force? They might have just joined their big full stack, not full stack, I keep exaggerating things, their big stack army over here. I'm not sure what they're planning with that, but hopefully that will result in Pelagiad rebelling shortly. I've also got a spy ready down in East Felmis, so I do have a Hulk, which I want to join this fleet. I'll send them over, land the spy there. That will help me with scouting out this southern area, and then I can just join the fleet. There we go. Unfortunately, that army is well gone at this point by the time the catapult arrives, so no point in going back and picking that up. We'll just work without it. And of course, once again, I've left the assassin and the diplomat. The diplomat's fine, he can stay here, but I left the assassin in Ebonheart because it keeps kind of sticking them in cities whenever an army garrisons and doesn't keep them with them. So I have to send one navy back to pick him up again. Yay! In the meantime, he might as well get some experience killing captains. There we go. No experience, but oh well, captain dead. Oh, there was another priest there, I should have done that. Okay, next turn. Hey, and Turkey Nutella is ready to upgrade, finally. Alright, they're gonna build themselves a wall as well, and then they'll match all these other towns. I've been attacked by the pink blob! Tribes of Ashlanders, yep, here comes the battle. They're just gonna come straight at us, it looks like. Can't actually do any of that. So I think this will be the first time we get to see actual Ashland units models in battle. They have a bunch of dickhead cavalry. These are Ashland Watchers 1719. And Ashland Cavalry, which are 1916, so fairly balanced. They're better on the attack and not as good on defense. Even their javelin men are better in close combat than my guys. The only thing that we have going for us is that they're kind of heavily damaged. I'm not sure why. It looks like they haven't been retraining their troops. Some of their soldiers' units are down to like 15 troops. But still, even then, they have so many more than we do. Like, one of these cavalry units should be able to take out everything we have here, so there's no point, really. Well, we'll go ahead and fight on the battle map anyways, because my dudes have infinite morale and they are fighting downhill, so maybe they can inflict a couple of casualties and stop this army from just trouncing from one victory to the next and taking more than one of our towns. I'd like to limit the damage to at least losing 2 towns here. If I can do that, then I'd be happy. Then I could retrain my troops, come up and retake them. Interestingly, they're deploying way over there. Where are they? Over here. So I don't know what they're planning on doing exactly. They don't have mages, so they won't be able to... I don't think they'll be able to reach us with javelins up here, and if they do, we're smarter than the AI, so we can just walk away. I guess I'll just send my troops over here, and kind of, if I can actually ever click in the right areas, and just hold the pass against them. They'll tire themselves out running all the way around. Alright, so what are they going to do now? Now that we've started the battle, are they gotta just walk all the way around, right? Or I hope they're not just gonna stand here. That would be quite annoying. They're not close enough yet that I can actually see what these units are. I do like their face scarfs though, those look cool. These are probably just Ashland spearmen, probably Ashland swordsmen over here. What else do they have? Ooh, they have, what flag is that? I want to say Timurids, but I'm not 100% sure. One of their cavalry units, I'm guessing just Ashland cavalry here. Mounted on guars, of course. Ashland, ooh, there's the javelin men. I haven't seen any javelin men in this game yet. They look pretty sweet. Ah, here they are, the dickhead cavalry. In the fresh. Oh, man. I can't wait to see them in action. If I can take out the dickhead cavalry, I will be happy. This will be a victory. Looks like they are starting the long march around. They've decided, uh-oh, we kind of attacked this fortress from the wrong direction, didn't we? Okay, course correction. I'm not sure they had really a choice, though. I think these fortresses are placed kind of on the battle map in a certain direction, and this entrance is facing south on this occasion. So since they attacked from the north, they only really had a choice to deploy around there, and they have to march all the way around. That's, I think, probably a little bit of a bug with these castles that they have, the custom castles on the map. Oddly, though, it seems like they're splitting up their forces. Maybe it's because these are the ones holding... No, these guys aren't holding any siege equipment. I'm not sure what they're doing. They've left all of these units behind and started marching like half their army towards the front. And then what's this I see on the map? One of these units is just standing up here. Okay, these are javelin men. They're running over here to try and hit us with javelins. Let's see if they can actually reach us that far away. They might be running up around here to throw javelins down on us, and if so, that would be annoyingly smart of them. Yep, here they come. They're at the top. What will they do now? They're going to stand over there. I don't think they can reach us from that distance. No, they're just going to... No, they weren't... I don't think they're quite smart enough to figure this out. They're going to try, though. Nope, they've decided to screw off. Okay, good. Oh, wait, no. What are they doing now? They're just standing there. Now they're coming back. Oh, they have an idea. Wait, okay, no, wait. What if we did this? No, they're just standing there this time. I guess they're trying to get us when we come to the retreat zone, which we'll never be doing since we have unlimited morale. And, ooh, their general looks like is joining them up here. Interesting. Interesting choice. I'm really not sure what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing. It's becoming a little bit of a cookout party on the cliff now. Meanwhile, the movement of their main army is stagnated. I don't think they can quite figure out how to make it to the breach here. Like they can see where they're supposed to be, but they can't quite figure out how to get down there. And it looks like I'm going to have no choice but to actually walk towards them instead, because they're just not smart enough to figure this out. And I have battle time limit set to unlimited, which I might have to disable, it looks like, because of messy pathfinding in these siege battles. And walking these guys downhill, I've discovered that Corporus Stalkers are way faster than Dreamers. So, fun fact. And it looks like the Corporus Stalkers also have better endurance than the Dreamers as well. Dreamers are winded, everyone else is fresh. Alright, so first up here, we're facing 2 units of Spearmen and 2 units of Javelin Men, with possible support from up top of Cavalry and 1 more unit of Javelin Men. But we'll see how long it takes them to arrive. Alright, we're nice and lined up. No reinforcements coming in yet. So let's slow this down. Let's see if we can even beat just this first little 4-unit clump. That would be cool. We'll just move up in a line for the time being. Not that big of a line. There we go. Something like that. Have them move forward and see what we can do. Go ahead and run at this point. And you two, what are you doing? I say run! Run, I say! There we go. We'll have 1 charge. These guys just run around the sides. Dreamers are really slow, so we can't really rely on them to join in on the strategy here. They'll charge, they'll run down the middle. Where do these guys go? They can flank that unit of Javelin Men. And the Dreamers, eventually, when they make it up here, are they not gonna... If they're not gonna help, I'm just gonna move around the back here. Yep, why not? Looks like they're pathfinding even down here. They're just so confused they don't even know how to help at this point. Okay, that's interesting. That's 1 unit routed. In that case, you go that way. You charge those spearmen. Dreamers will just keep running slowly to join the fight. In that case, why don't you go ahead and hunt them down? Since it seems like we have a little bit of time to do so. Dreamers aren't going to be able to catch them. Oh well. Anyways, I'll just keep the Dreamers on high ground and see if eventually they get a chance to shine. Just kind of walking slowly because they're very tired already. Everyone else is still just warmed up. They're very tired. Okay, I can definitely see the appeal of having Corporus Stalkers over Dreamers. And that's another route. Go ahead and chase them down while these guys work on flanking. Dreamers can run up this way. Oh, there's another unit of Spear Militia. Alright, let's see if we can get the Dreamers the high ground on them. Because we're winning against this small force. Looks like their morale isn't great, which is good. But that we have a lot of troops to take out yet. Some of them can theoretically single-handedly probably take out my entire force, so I want to lose as few units as possible here. Here we have our zombie horde eating some javelin men. I haven't routed yet. Oh, wait, there they go. Now they've routed. Okay, nice. And we have 1 more unit of spearmen. They might be some of the ones that had routed before and they stopped routing. Alright, I think we've successfully beaten this first little force of Ashlanders, so that's good. Alright, our army is tiring and no one else is coming in to reinforce at the moment, so I'm going to give them a little bit of a rest here. Alright, this next force we're going to be having to take on is going to be much tougher, it looks like. How many we have? 1 javelin, 1 spear, 1 swordsman. The swordsmen are really tough, it looks like, from their stats. Another small unit of spearmen. They should... Hopefully we can take advantage of that, break them, and start a chain route. That'd be cool. Then we have 2 more swordsman units, depleted, and supported by dickhead cavalry. This is our chance to take out the dickhead cavalry, though. Alright, I'm now AFK'd from the computer for like 5 to 7 minutes to grab some snacks. Oh, there we go. Everyone's back up to green. Awesome. Perfect timing. Except for the Dreamers, who are still very tired, of course. Yeah, I feel like they're a little bit broken. We should be within javelin range, but they're just standing there. Okay, well, I am not going to complain in this battle. We'll just run these 2 units around that way, charge them in the side, and move these guys in a second around the front, because I don't want them getting hit with javelins. Wait for it. Okay, go. Now, the Dreamers are just getting up here. They can kind of walk around this direction, why not? Now, you hit them in the back. And you... wait for it. And they're broken already. Okay, stop moving in that case. Finish hunting them. Yeah, they're not even moving to support at this point. It's completely broken. Okay. Well, this is interesting. Well, if they're not going to support them, this is going to be a big clump of swordsmen to take out. That might be a little bit difficult. I'm going to move my guys, most of them. I'll leave the Dreamers around here, so I have someone on this flank. This way, and try and take out these dickhead cavalry. So let's see if 3 or 4 of my Stalkers units can take them out without further support. Yep, they're just kind of legitimately standing there and let us do whatever we want. So I guess we'll start this off with a charge in the back. And then... now send everyone else. Let's see how this works out. They've lost a couple straight away. Okay, yeah, the dickhead cavalry defense is lower than the Ashlander cavalry, so hopefully that serves to our advantage. Plus they can't charge because they can't move for some reason. Alright, we got them. They did deal a fair few casualties, though. That's too bad. Alright, let's try some swordsmen. And get some charges in from behind. And then move in from the front. Can only really fit 3 units in, unless I want to draw them into... ooh, that's already a route. And that might trigger another route. Interesting. That might go better than I had suspected. I might have overestimated the Ashlander units here a little bit. Because I didn't really take their morale into consideration. They have some pretty high stats, like attack and defense, but it seems like they just break the second anything happens, which is interesting. Except, these guys routed, but these guys didn't rout. I'm not sure what the difference was there. Interesting. Strange, but interesting. Got a little standoff here between the Ashbun and the zombies. Oh man, look at those bloody faces. That's so creepy. They have to stare this down before the fight. Alright, now let's just kind of have mostly everyone attack at once. These 3 go for them. These 2 go for, well, like that. That should work. Now let's see what happens. Spearmen and swordsmen is what we're facing. These Ashbunners, or the not Ashbun, the Dreamers are so slow, and then they don't even get the charge off. They just stop. Like, are we really sure about this? Maybe we should just go home. Alright, that's pretty much done it. We just have one major group left. And I think I've saved the toughest for last. Let's see what we've got up here. Ashlander cavalry, 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 and javelin men and javelin men. So the javelin men aren't too bad, but the cavalry should put up a fight. It looks like they're a little bit depleted, though. They are at the top of the hill, so we'll see whether they opt to actually react when we get close to them, since that is, I think, their main, like, attacking force. I think they're trying to attack the square, so they might react when we get close. I saw a little bit of movement. They've adjusted a bit. They are moving to face us, at least. I'd like to give my guys some time to rest before we engage here, because since they're all exhausted from climbing that hill. Oh, they're blowing the horns. They're charging. Okay, in that case, looks like we're going to have to fight right now. Looks like they're coming in on their own, though. They will get the charge bonus. I just have to send them in to reinforce immediately. Okay, everyone else come up. Fortunately, They're zombies, so they won't break. But they are exhausted, so they're not going to fight very effectively. Just send everyone in at this point. Dreamers still aren't here yet. They're just working on it slowly. The zombies think they're winning. We'll see whether that's true or not. And fortunately, there are not very many of these guys. And they will be losing their charge bonus about now, so good. Only one left. He's broken and fighting to the death, and down he goes. Alright, good. So that's one unit of cavalry down. We have one, looks like, oh, maybe two? No, one unit of cavalry. He's mixed in with the javelin men. 119 javelin men, 83 javelin men, and then another 25 cav back there. Alright, don't touch them. Don't touch them. Alright, nice. We've kind of isolated the javelin men, I think, hopefully. Nope, someone touched the cav. Oh, have they changed their mind? They might have changed their mind. Okay, don't bring the cav into this quite yet. Oh, it might be too late. A couple of them are coming in. Yeah, they're coming in. Okay, now we have to attack them from behind. We just gotta go for it at this point. Alright, they've routed. In that case, full force on the cavalry. Right now. The Ashlander cavalry feel like the balance of forces is evenly matched. Our advisor is not so confident. He's saying only a military genius can save us. Uh-oh, now they feel like victory is almost a certainty. Oh, and a distinct possibility. They can't decide. They can't decide what's going on. Oh, they keep losing units, I think. Their flag keeps jumping from point to point. They're still up to 30, though. I still have 108 javelin men there, which is almost as much as I have total. So I don't know about this one. This might be the end. That said, if we can shake their morale enough, they're already shaken. If we could just break their morale. The Ashlander cavalry is eager. They're not breaking at all. This flank, though, is falling. There's only one guy left defending it. Once he falls, we can get a little bit of an encirclement around the main force here. It might be winnable yet. Granted, we do have one more whole thing of cavalry over here to face afterwards, so I don't think we can win the whole thing, but we might be able to win this one at least. And there he goes. That guy's fallen. Now we have a surround on this flank. Oh, they're starting to fall quick now. We're down to 13 Ashlander cavalry. How many javelin men left? Still 80 javelin men, but they are wavering. They could break any moment. Ashlander cavalry is shaken. Come on, break! Break, you fools! Oh! Enemy general down. Okay, that could break them. Come on, break! He was just a captain, so he won't have that much of a morale boost. But, come on. Yep, there it is. Okay, broken. Yes! Alright, their general's dead, and that might bode well for that last battle, too. Hopefully they break very quickly. We still might have hope. I don't want these guys fighting to the death. Just move so they can run away, please. Okay, it all comes down to this. One unit Ashlander cavalry, 25 of them. Slightly depleted. And we have how many left? I can't quite read the numbers because they have black hair on top of the numbers. Looks like maybe... Okay, there we go. I can see the numbers down there. 56, 12, 22, 3, and 85. And these tribes of Ashlanders, this Ashlander cavalry is shaken already. I don't know if we can break them in the first charge because we're exhausted. We're not going to deal that much damage, but it could bode well. Now, I think I'm going to wait a little bit, grab a little bit of water. Hopefully they don't charge us. And then when we're not exhausted anymore, when we're down to tired, I think, then I'm going to charge. Alright, so I've been waiting quite some time now, and there's no progress in terms of their exhaustion, so we just got to attack. We just got to go for it. I'm going to send the Dreamers in first. Kind of hopefully make them turn and face them and then hit them from behind with our harder hitters, which are the Corpus Stalkers. So hopefully this will work out. They're so slow making it up there. Now charge in. They are getting a charge off technically. So that's interesting. They haven't lost anything in the initial charge, so that's too bad, and it looks like only a fool could lose that battle for them. We'll see how it goes. Kind of swaying a little bit. Victory is a distinct possibility. It went down to balance of forces is evenly matched at one point. This guy just keeps... My announcer just keeps on shit-talking me. He's been shit-talking me all battle. We'll see whether he was right or not. Certainly doesn't seem to be looking good for us right now. They're only down to 21. They've only lost four cavalry units, I think. And I can see all sorts of our bodies down there. They are steady, not shaken now. I am seeing some of them going down. I don't know that that's enough, though. We'll see. It's close. It's a little bit close. We're running out of units on this flank. And when we run out over there, it's going to be pretty much over. Then they can turn all their attention on this flank, and there's just not enough left to take them out. Looks like they moved their full concentration to this front to try and wipe up what's left of the Corporus Stalkers. We have 19, 7, and 1 left. It's definitely not looking good. Oh, another one goes down over here. They are kind of getting them from behind now since they've turned their backs to these guys. They're getting some nice stabs in and avoiding their armor. They're down to 10, but we're down to 13? No, 11. 10. We're down to 10 as well. 9. 8. Yeah, we lost this one. Oh, hey, the Dreamer took one out. Nice. Little heroic last stand there. And we have one guy left. He's fighting to the end. Fortunately, he's surrounded by Ashland cavalry at this point, and down he goes. Alright. And the battle is over, but we've dealt some pretty severe casualties to them as well. My excuse for this whole thing is I'm going to say the Ashlanders got lost in the mountains and the woods coming up to this fortress, and were ambushed by zombies. Fortunately, it looks like they've recovered a large amount of their force via casualty healing, so that's unfortunate. And what now? Where am I? Oh, I'm in Skyrim. There he goes. Alright, so my guy, he's pretty much reached his final destination. Alright, he's at the edge of Skyrim now. Nice. Keeping on with the retraining in Vivek, and actually we can retrain almost all the units next turn. So I think next turn we can respond up north if we need to. Yeah, they've gained so many units back. That's just, that's not cool at all. In fact, I'm just going to start sending the first wave of units up there immediately. I think that's probably going to be enough to take them out. So they can start heading up towards Caldera. They need. I really want to send them out because I want to get this ballista moving because they're going to be slower than the rest of the troops. I'd like to get that ballista up north at this point. Or do I? Do I even care about the ballista? No, I don't. I don't care about the ballista on my mainland. I'm just going to disband it. Get out of here. We're up to 91% Cult of Dagoth and Pelagiad, but still no rioting happening yet. A general must really be keeping it under control. He only has 1 chivalry. Surprisingly, these guys have still not yet laid siege to Sedrith Mora. I'm not sure what they're doing. Just kind of staring out into the sea, wondering about life. These armies have kind of fled from Dagoth here. Ah, there he is. Do I care enough to actually attack him? What's in his fort? A bunch of militia. He could probably retake Firewatch. That would be annoying. And I have these guys moving up from the south as well to kind of strike at Proloris. So, yeah, maybe I just move Dagoth for the time and take the... Ooh, and he found another town. Okay, that was the right decision. So now Dagoth can lay siege to this town while they take Proloris. I'm pretty sure these guys can take it. What do they have? They do have 1 Ashbon unit. These guys just have kind of a bunch of militia, it looks like. Got eyes on the Hlalu capital in Mournhold down here. Looks like they got a good stack. Oh, it's all militia. Everyone has militia. Why does everyone keep training militia? Looks like Sotha Sil has picked up another unit of Silt Striders, though. He's kind of amassing them. I'm not sure how dangerous they are. I'm going to assume that they're basically elephants. Ooh, a Silt Strider port. There it is. That must be the building that he's using to build them. Or train them, whatever. I'm going to get that spy, hopefully, out of town before he ends up getting executed. Meanwhile, the spy is not noticing anything suspicious down here. Is this all Green Hills, Green Hills, Green Hills? Okay, so this might all be Proloris. So once we take Proloris, we'll take this whole big chunk of land. That's nice. And then, wow, we might have this whole little chunk with just 2 cities. And then we can move back and take these guys out. And then, I'm guessing, these are Telvanni Isles. This we already control because that belongs to Firewatch. So then we can start moving this way. Is there any other town on here? Not as far as I can tell. These are all the Telvanni Isles, presumably. Yeah, it looks like this might be their last settlement after that. So after we take all of this and retake, this island from this massive army that's landed on it, then we can move on and take out their capital, and that might be the war with the Telvanni concluded. I am going to go ahead and move these guys out to try and take out Aldvalothi and start retraining some new garrisons in here. And I guess we'll also get a priest as well to move over there and start converting the territory to our religion. I'm not even going to try to retake Nisus until my reinforcements arrive, as I think we need these guys in order to be able to overcome that force, especially on an even footing, and in fact now we're going to be fighting uphill. Also, Dagoth Gilvoth the Killer, having assassinated that priest that was outside Ebonheart, has gained a tracking dog, which looks like it's really good. +2 to agent skill, +1 to line of sight, and +1 to personal security. And now it's time to board that boat and head back towards the Telvanni territory. We might just fly him all the way around towards these places, these Telvanni Isles. Let me just move my boat around to make sure there's nothing else hiding there before I check out the main city, because I'm going to assume that the Telvanni capital is occupied by one of their leaders with some Telvanni masters. I think that's probably a safe assumption to make. Meanwhile, I guess we just initiate the attack here. Why not? We can do a night attack, may as well. Weed out those extra 700 men. And what are we facing here? Bunch of militia, no problem. It does take a while for the battle screen to load sometimes here. Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure why that is. I think it's trying to calculate all the units or something. I'm not really sure. Sometimes, I think it only happens when it's a night battle. During day battles it doesn't do that. Not sure why. Alright, so of course we'll deploy back here, use our range to our advantage. There we go, already ready to fire. And let's take a look at their force. I think it's, again, pretty much all militia. So not too worried about that. Yep. Ooh, Telvanni are taking some pretty serious knocks here. I don't think that tree's going to protect them. In fact, I'm surprised the tree hasn't caught fire yet. Yep, hiding behind the tree is probably not going to work. There really is something just therapeutic about sitting here watching them all die, though. Even though they're kind of stupidly all standing in a line and taking hits from the kind of almost glitchy long-range unit thing. It's like zooming in and watching them all just burn. Some people just want to watch the world burn. It's like the crickets just chirping in the background. Beautiful. Alright, time to move up. We're out of ammo. There's quite a few of them left. Almost all militia, though. Should be able to handle this, hopefully. Alright, I'm going to move our cavalry up around the flanks and the ash zombies. Actually, I probably should have put the zombies on the left flank because there are woods there, but oh well, too late now. Since the zombies, I think, are basically like cavalry, except they have a bonus in the woods. And the cavalry, the actual Ashland cavalry that I'm moving up here, do not have the wood bonus. In fact, they're not as good in the woods, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that would have been good to switch around. Alright, they're a little bit confused now. We got our cavalry up behind them. We got them kind of surrounded. And our main force of heavy swordsmen are coming up the front. And we'll kind of spread them out a little bit. These guys move up there. These spearmen, those are spear militia. These are also spear militia. They have a bonus against cavalry, but they don't have a bonus against ash spawn. So let's start running our guys there. They're within archer range, clearly. We'll just charge the front line with everyone here, and then we'll hit them in the back after we start the battle. Let's just send our general up down the middle here to support. Then we'll hit them in the back with the ash spawn and the cavalry. That is the plan. I'm going to send them in right now. I don't like those spearmen getting in the way. Send one unit of ash spawn up there to counter them. And there's the route. Awesome. Okay. I think we basically got this under control at this point. Ash spawn coming there to wipe up what's left. Or not ash spawn, I guess. The, what are they called? The ash zombies. All these ash people, I swear. It's really tough when everything starts with ash. And there it is. Victory. We're going to continue the battle because we want to kill as many as possible. We somehow just lost one or two Ashlanders. 2 retreating units. I didn't even know they could fight back. Interesting. Well, I learn something new every day.
All who remember this day, remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
Dagoth Muthas is with another heroic victory here. 27 men lost, 2,109 killed. Yeah, that seems pretty heroic to me. Ashlanders gain 1 unit of experience, so that's cool. Ash, 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 ash. Everyone is ash. And of course we execute them, because we don't need them going back into the city and defending it against our attack, which is coming shortly. And there's a little heroic victory mark underneath of Dagoth Muthas here. I can't click on it yet, or put my mouse over it yet, unfortunately. I'll have to wait till we take the town to do that. And Dagoth Muthas gains another star as well. What does he look like by default now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stars default, but he gains more when he's attacking, I think. Yeah, strong attacker, that's another 3. Siege expert, another 2. So he's a really good attacker. They have a Silt Strider port here as well. Fortunately, I don't see any Silt Striders, so we won't be able to fight any of them yet. Temple, they have their temple, inns, interesting. I think it just automatically destroys any buildings of other cultures when you capture a town in this mod. I'm not sure because I haven't seen any, like, up here in Firewatch. Yeah, there are no Telvanni buildings here. So I don't think we can actually, like, capture a Strider port and start building Silt Striders, unfortunately. Alright, Dagoth Ulin is ready here in Mount Doom. He's going to be the man to lead the forces, I think, to victory against the traitorous Ashlanders who have taken Nisus. So he's going to move to Ghostgate right now, and then I think next turn I'm going to send him out into the field. What are his stats look like? Wow, he's a 4-star commander straight off the bat. That's actually not bad at all. So he's going to be making his way to Caldera, where he's going to join up with this force, and he'll hopefully be able to lead them. He's going to go up to Aldrun and take on what's left of just these random militia forces here, along with Dagoth Vorin, original leader of Nisus, and then they're going to march back up towards Nisus and show them what for. Now, the Ashlanders have moved. Where did they even get these units from? Did they just train more? Well, I guess that's fine with me. Alvalothi doesn't look like it has any walls, so I think I can just march in at this point and take it. Yep, so we'll do that immediately. This guy has a unit of 75 Ashland cavalry, but I think we have enough soldiers to take it out. We have like 1,000, just over 1,000. I think we have 1,001 men here, so we should be able to take out 75 units of cavalry. Yeah, they're just not moving. I'm not sure what they're doing.
My lord, our men are in command of the
Well,
city.
oh well. We're going to take the city, and then they're going to be forced to respawn. And when they are forced to respawn, then we'll surround them, since they've kind of given us the opportunity to get all set up here. Where are you? You're so slow. Dreamers are so much slower than the Corporate Stalkers. It looks like he might not even be planning to defend the capture point. He's not really doing anything. I think I may have severely overestimated the competence of the Ashlanders as a whole. Well, anyways, I'm just going to move a unit of Dreamers up here. So if they do decide to respond at this point, the Dreamers can just cut them off. And worst thing that happens is I just lose a couple of them. And then I'll just capture the point. And maybe I won't even take any casualties in this battle. That'd be nice. Yep, we're just going to capture the town. Okay, end battle. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. I'm not going to stop them. So we don't even have the option to exterminate because there's not enough population. We'll just occupy that settlement, I suppose. Unfortunately, that means it's going to be rebelling. So that's too bad. I haven't... Do I not? I thought I was training... I guess I'm just not finished training the curates here yet. That's odd. Anyways, they're on their way. They'll be out here to convert the place to our religion shortly. Yep. It's just huge amounts of unrest. And apparently the tribes of Ashlanders have been destroyed. How did that happen? I mean, I took this town, but I know they had... This isn't... It's... Okay, now this just says rebels. I don't know what just happened. Maybe a little bit of a script bug, but the Ashlanders are now gone, and this has become a rebel town. Maybe it was just like so far under our control with our religion that it just rebelled straight away. That could be a possibility. Well, in that case, I'm going to send these guys up to kind of scout out what the situation is. Yeah, there's just a couple of militiamen left. So, fortunately, this is going to be way easier to retake than I thought it was going to be. In that case, just send up these guys, along with Vorin, and he should be able to do it himself. Maybe we can do that without even relying on this army that's coming up. And Hlawat, oh, I remember when it was just a little baby town with nothing in it at all. It's already ready to be upgraded again to, what is it, a large town now, probably? I'm not sure what the wooden wall constitutes. We'll find out shortly. Well, we're up to 93% cult of Dagoth are here, and still no signs of rebellion. So I think I'm going to start shifting some priests down to Satanin at this point, and we'll see whether that makes a difference. I'm going to leave... I think I'm going to go 4 and 4 in each territory right now. Hopefully we can still keep this thing unstable, and then they'll have to make a choice. think that's the best scenario we can hope for. And then I think we can also train a couple more priests down here in Vivek to kind of make it a triple religious front here in Pelagiad, Sedanine, and Ebonheart, because I think they only have one commander. I don't know if they have one in Ebonheart or not. Anyways, I'm fairly confident at this point that these are the only two towns on this little peninsula here. So I'm going to send my spy south towards the border to see what he can see down here, make sure there aren't any reinforcements coming northwards. And I'm not sure how this works, but I'm kind of fully expecting the Ashlander population to just explode next turn since they've been eliminated. Uh-oh, what's this? Daedric cultist.
Yes.
Well, I can't be having any of that. See ya, get out of here. Anyways, now that the Ashlanders are gone, since they're like a horde faction, they should just kind of respawn. I don't know if it's next turn or a little bit down the line, but they'll probably respawn with like 3 or 4 full stacks somewhere in, hopefully not Vardenfell. Hopefully they spawn down in Morrowind. I'm not sure. I haven't actually seen it happen yet. But like the Mongols did, I think they're going to respawn in force. Anyways, now we're laying siege to both these towns. Proloris has to wait a turn while we build siege equipment, so let's get that started. However, Lothanis can just fall this turn because we have Dagoth with siege equipment. And actually he has 2 pieces of siege equipment. Maybe he can share one of those with Dagoth Muthas. Maybe he can share one of his siege equipments with them so that they can have one as well. You know, I'm not sure one is enough to always reliably break down a gate, as we found out the hard way earlier. And they have Silt Striders. We're gonna get to finally see some Silt Strider riders in the game. Sweet. And this is who is this guy? Garrus Lethri. He only has 21. Is this Telvanni Masters? Telvanni Masters. Okay, so this is gonna be slightly more difficult than all of the other fights because he's got a major force. He's got Strider support. He's got Telvanni Masters. I do have 2 Ash Spawn units, and I also have Ash Zombies to rush and fill the gap, and I have Dagoth He's a very strong unit that can probably take them out in close combat, hopefully. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna actually fight this. Yep, let's do it. So if it seems like things are going really shit, I guess we can maybe pull back and send in the assassin, but we're gonna at least give it the old college try first. So it looks like we're in this fortress again. We gotta line up our Ash Spawn down here to fire up in that case, and then charge. I think I'm going to handle this differently this time, actually, because we can deploy around the sides up here. So I'm going to deploy my Ash Spawn up on the walls, fire down at their Telvanni Masters, see how many casualties I can inflict that way first, before I move all of my main force into firing range. Oh, and there are these Silt Striders. Oh, they're trampling all their own guys. Oh, they look so cool. Oh, the animations are actually really nice. I like those a lot. Yeah, those look great. Well done. Oh, that poor guy. Oh no. Oh, he just can't. I think he's more exasperated than hurt, though. He's like, now I gotta get up with all this heavy armor on. Thanks, dude. So there are the Telvanni Masters. They're reloading. No, they're not. They can't decide whether they're reloading or not. Can they fire at anyone? They can't fire at anyone. If they tried, they would just fire through cliffs. Alright, so can they fire from the walls? These guys can get pretty close, but it's a tight angle. I might have to run the rest of the way around to do this properly. Where are the Masters? Telvanni Masters, where are you hiding? There they are. Okay, fire at them if you can. And you as well. No, they can't. They're just hitting the floor. Okay, don't waste your shots. In that case, we're going to move around to the far side over here and fire from this side. Alright, how about here? This looks like a good spot. Yes, okay, they can hit them from here. So I'll leave one unit there and move the other one around the side. Oh wow, it looks like that height advantage really did some good work too. I think some of them have died already. We're down to 17. Yeah, that height advantage gives some nice damage bonuses. Down to 8 Telvanni Masters. Okay, this might work out just fine. Better than I thought. Meanwhile, I see my units over there are almost in position. Yep, there we go. Only a couple of Telvanni Masters left. Oh, the general's down. There's only one left now, I think. This guy right here. And then once he's all bloodied too. Look at his face. Ow. Alright, now they're dead, and I can concentrate on the rest of them. Now these guys just stop and fire at will. I kind of want to assassinate the Silt Striders, but at the same time I don't really want to because I want to see how they fight in combat. That might be a mistake. Oh, looks like they've decided to oh, they've rampaged. Okay, that was the right decision. They hit them. Apparently, the mages are able to rampage shield striders fairly easily. I'm moving a couple of units down here to fight me. Fight me, bro! Well, once they get down there, I can just hit them with ash zombies. They are just archers, it looks like. Quite unfortunately, the shield striders are rampaging down straight towards my units. They're just whacking them. You're supposed to be manipulating them via like nerve connections, not whacking on the side of them. I'm not sure these pilots are properly trained. Yep, the archer militia are coming at me, so I'm just going to charge them with the ash zombies now. That should rout them fairly instantaneously. And there it goes. They should start dying immediately, and then these guys come around the flank, and that should rout them once they hit. Yeah, one of them's already routed before I even hit. Alright, yep, it's over. And you just hunt down what's left of them. And then we have silt striders to worry about. Alright, let's see if our guys up top can't hit those silt striders from there. That would be nice. They do have a tower in the way, but a lot of these towers don't have collision. Oh, it looks like they can. Saw some explosions down behind them. They're being quite slow, though. Oh, there we go. Yep, they can hit them. They're missing. They're not hitting them, but they can hit them. These zombies are not very good at following orders. I told them to attack these guys, and instead they decided to run all over this place. Look how spread out they are. Oh, that's weird. Alright, everyone's running, so I'm just going to end the battle there. Men lost 1, as per tradition. Okay, the tradition has returned. All is right in the world. We've restored balance to the universe with that one. Alright, one of those Telvanni Magisters falls, and as does Lothanus. Or Lothanus, how do you pronounce that? I'm never going to pronounce these things correctly. I just have to exterminate all these populations because I need to move on. And let's see how many units I need to leave there for that to be happy. Okay, they're happy with 1 Dreamer unit. Awesome. Good stuff. And we'll just start building altars of visions wherever we go. That'll keep those religions under control. And then Dagoth can come down here to maybe help out in the Siege of Proloris next turn. And looking over here, they don't actually have that much in their capital. It is a citadel, so I don't know what a citadel looks like for the Telvanni. It might be difficult to take. Hopefully it has a wall. They will eventually learn the strength of walls. But, and then outside they have some spell weavers. I don't know exactly what these guys are. If they're long range or short wave. Or long wave or short... whatever. If they're long range or short range. We'll have to check that out when we get closer. But for the time being, it looks like the Telvanni have almost fallen. We just have to take these guys out, move these armies over by ship, and take out this army, and then move over and take out Port Telvanni, and then the Telvanni will have fallen. And the Ashlanders just kind of like lost miscellaneously before we could even get to them. So I'm not sure how that happened, or where this whole army has gone. It's a little bit scary to not know where they are. They might be coming to re-attack Ald Velothi, I'm not sure. But anyways, that's I think that's going to cut it for this episode. We've made a little bit of progress, lost a little bit of progress, but I don't know, sometimes that happens. You gotta fight 2 battles at once. But now, let's take a look at our map. Yes, pretty soon we'll have this whole Eastern Peninsula under control. I wish I knew what this place was called. I guess just northeastern Morrowind will be ours. We still haven't faced much major resistance from down south yet, even though it seems they've maxed out their garrison here with Sotha Sil. I'm not sure what they're planning. Not yet. I do have a spy over here to foresee any kind of attack that might be on its way. I think they can't afford to send their troops up to retake Ebonheart because they're being bordered by the Hlalu right here with massive potential forces that they could use to retake this town if they move their forces out. And of course, meanwhile, our diplomat has made it. He's explored all of Skyrim and made it to the other end. So now I guess we'll just kind of send him on his way in this direction slowly and see what there is to see over here in this part of the world. And we're above 50% Cult of Dagoth in Firewatch, so we'll send these priests now down into Lothanus and start converting that. I think it's only at 2%. Yeah, 2% right now, so we got to get that on our side. I'm actually surprised that Lothanus is happy with just 1 unit of garrison when their religion is so opposed to us. So, yep, next episode, the Siege of Proloris, and whatever comes after that. I'll see you then, and thanks for sticking with me.